When I gave up, I started manifesting everything that I ever needed and things that I wanted too. Loads of money, multiple sources of income, cool experiences, learning experiences, mental clarity, self, identity. I want to first make this statement that though my life might not be as extravagant as others, coming from where I've come from, my life now is a dream. Just like everyone's normal is different, everyone's ideal is different because it's based upon their normal. So I may not have a husband and kids, but that's because I genuinely don't want them right now. Coming from where I've come from, where I am now is infinitely better. I may not have a 22-inch waist, but that's because I don't need that right now. Coming from where I've come from, 201 pounds at 5'1", where I am now is infinitely better. I can wholeheartedly say that I like my life. I'm not trying to off myself. That is a really huge manifestation for me. I'm not overdosing on pain medications just because I'm trying to numb some sort of emotional pain. That is a really huge manifestation for me. I have loads of money in my bank account. That is a cool manifestation for me. I have security. I have opportunity. I have a clearer picture of who I am and why I'm here and where I'm going. Coming from where I've come from, this already is a dream life to me. You, on the other hand, you might want a little bit more. You might want to be a billionaire, not just a millionaire. You might want to actually be famous and marry famous. And I support you. You can have that. The same law, the same processes that helped me to manifest emotional healing and emotional stability into my life can manifest your celebrity crush into yours. It's the same law. And so though we may want different things from this life, I can still share with you my processes, my formulas, and my realizations for you to implement into your own life if they feel right to you, so that you can manifest your 22-inch waist and your TikTok pretty boy to sit on. With that being said, let me now finally explain to you what it is that I mean by giving up to attract your desires into your physical world. If you've tried everything else, SATs, 555 method, 369 scripting, mental diets, anything and everything, then perhaps what I'm going to share with you in this video is worth a shot. I used to try a lot. I used to practice religiously all of the techniques we are taught to practice. I even went as far as seriously trying to maintain a manifesting schedule. I was convinced that sort of thing could exist, and if it did, that I could literally follow that. I would do this thing where I wouldn't allow myself to observe any kind of perceived negativity. And I went so far to the point that if somebody around me was ill, I would not allow them the shoulder that they needed to lean on me for support. You know when someone has a life-threatening illness and they just want somebody close to them to vent to? I would not allow any of that. I would just shut them down. And I did this because I was trying so hard to be positive. Now, did that ever work for me? Did I ever manifest things in my life based upon this mindset? No. Maybe a few times I would see a glimmer of a desire coming to fruition, I'd get excited and even more self-involved, and then poof, it would just disappear. And I couldn't figure out what was wrong. I could not figure out why I couldn't fully manifest things into my life. It wasn't until after my beloved sister passed away and I discovered Neville Goddard and his philosophies that everything started to click, and I fully understood at that point what I had been doing wrong for all of those years, and more importantly, what I had to do now to mend that. And here's the grand secret of manifesting. This is exactly what I learned that changed everything for me and made my manifesting and my life, my living experience here effortless. You cannot manifest a thing if you are trying to manifest that thing. If you are so desperate to manifest something, you think about it and you feel desperation, it's not going to happen for you. It will manifest for you when you are no longer desperate for it. It's like planting a seed in the ground and then smothering it with soil and then blasting it with water and sunlight for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's like, oh my God, it didn't need that much attention. It didn't need that much care. Just a little bit and it would have been just fine. A lot of the times I didn't know when to stop. I didn't know when to just stand back and allow my manifestations to grow and take form. And of course, like with anything, we're all different. And maybe there are some people who are able to manifest successfully even while blasting their intentions with water and sunlight and desperation. Maybe that's worked for some people, and who am I to know for sure? But this philosophy, of course, is for people who've tried desperation. We've tried trying and it's just not working. The moral of this chapter is, if you've tried everything, if you have tried, then maybe now is the time to just let it go and allow it to grow. Allow it the space it needs to fill the room. My life just wasn't working for me, not until I detached and just stopped caring so much. If you would like to give this idea a whirl, then I'm going to give you a few tips that you can use to help implement this into your life, because I understand I may not have clarified this enough. Number one, stop focusing so much on the time. I have found that when I distract myself from the amount of time it takes for my intentions to materialize, they just seem to show up like magic. Number two is stop focusing so much on your physical environment and subsequently the lack of your intention in that physical environment. You've probably heard this a million times, but if you are in this moment noticing the lack of your intention, then you cannot be also noticing the presence of it. It's just not something that is plausible. You can only be aware of one thing at a time. So if you're aware of the lack of what it is that you want, that is what you're aware of right now. That is your state of consciousness. If you are aware of the presence of what it is that you want, that is your state of consciousness. Now, of course, we want to always ease towards the awareness of the presence of what we want. Number three is get comfortable with the feeling state of having what you want. Learn to love that feeling and really saturate yourself in that feeling and need nor want for anything more than that feeling state of having what it is that you want. This is my favorite tip, and I might just do a whole video on it. Find your feeling state of what it feels like to have that thing in your life. Find how that feels the state of it, and then just stay in it and really enjoy that state and forget about everything else. Your physical equivalent to that feeling state will manifest before your very eyes. But the funny thing is, or at least it's funny to me, is that whenever my desires materialize in the physical world, it doesn't even change the way I feel, really. There's not much of a difference. I would be able to look at the manifestation in the physical world and be like, okay, yeah, well, I already knew I had that. I already felt as though I had that. I already knew it was mine, and I could just collect it, the physical equivalent of my feeling state. I could just collect it, so to speak, like I was picking up an Amazon package from my front door. So, to summarize this tip, find the feeling state of having what it is that you want, enjoy that feeling state, and then just stay there in that feeling state. I'm going to start wrapping up this video now because I suspect it might be getting a little bit too long and editing it will be a total pain. But for your convenience, I have chaptered all of the most important parts of this video, and you can find them down in the description box. If there's anything that you need further clarification on, I know you'll let me know in the comments section down below, and I can further assist you. A very quick summary before I go. A, stop being desperate, and for God's sake, stop trying so hard to manifest your desires. B, stop focusing on time. Stop noticing how long it's taking. C, stop being aware of the lack in your environment. Now, we're human, obviously, and we'll have moments where we get frustrated. And when that happens, just wash it off and move forward. And D, be satisfied with the way it feels to have your desire in your life. Close your eyes, so to speak, and just stay there. There is a quote that I love by Rumi, or at least that's what the internet says. They say it's by Rumi, and it's so sweet and simple, and it's a love quote, but it feels kind of like a manifesting quote. Close your eyes, fall in love, and stay there. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I truly do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I trust you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this one. So, how did you like today's video, and what video would you like to see next? You let me know in the comment section down below. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Toodles.